Cw9. Um, I'm just gonna be going straight in as usual, but I'm trying. We're gonna be working a different framework on this. Rather than just diving into the charts, we're gonna be starting with looking at and staring at the forex factory calendar. From there, we'll be able to frame our week properly. I know I do this on the Discord, but I just thought I should bring this here. Then let's just go right in. So the week we have 23rd of February till the 27th. This is the final week of February, so we should be expecting I think low volatility, but still we the focus is on Monday, Tuesday. I don't think I'll be doing any trading myself on Wednesday. But there's really no high impact news to begin with. We don't have anything on the first half of the week, so my focus should be solely on the second half, which I'll be hoping to capitalize on. Despite this being said, that doesn't mean I won't be trying to take positions on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't get me wrong. But the most important thing is the main focus of the week, which will require me being fully seated on, will be on Thursday and Friday. So I'm just gonna dive right straight in. We're gonna do some review first, as usual. Before, so I took out all the annotations on my chart, but if you've been following on the week eight intentions, I wanted to see price continue the expansion lower towards the external range liquidity was low here. This was my target, the 95.551. I wanted to see the next weekly candle, which is this week, just expand lower towards my target. So unfortunately, that was not the case. I had a wrong read. You can say that. We should go down to the daily. We traded into the daily fair value gap. I wanted to see the inversion of this gap to be able to say, oh, we're fully focused on seeing higher prices. I mean, lower prices, but we couldn't get that. Instead, we used the level again. We used this level as a level to take out the external range liquidity of this entire range here. So, or I had this marked out as well. So when we unversed this gap on, I think it happened on a Wednesday. We unversed this gap on a Wednesday. Uh, I just wanted to see a continuation higher after doing that because there was no reason for me to be looking for shorts anymore on the XY. So from there, from that point on, the only trade I could take was a one on EU, which was a loss, which resulted in a loss. Then the other, I was not fully focused on my chart, and which was this Thursday. I could not participate in the move taken out this high, which was really messed up. But we move and it has price action for us. We have something solid to work with this week. So I won't be doing a review for EU and the rest and the rest. This is everything. How I have built my narrative to where we're at right now. Again on the weekly, because this is some injection, but I I'm not fully bearish on the XY. I want to see higher prices now. I'm going to be looking this from a standpoint of this is a liquidity sweep on the weekly, and my next target will be higher prices, probably the high of the weekly fair value gap. The 50% level, I think we've tagged that as well. But let me make sure. Okay, we've tagged the 50% level as well. Maybe we can get the rejection we want now. But if we go down to the daily time frame, we have a framework to work with to see higher prices. If there's this, we have this high, the external range liquidity, which has not been tagged on the 98.074 level, and the final target will be at the 98.672 for higher prices. Moving on, we have a fair value gap here, a daily fair value gap, where we could see some retracement into. I'll we're looking at this area as an area of interest for higher prices. So we could get, this is what I'm expecting, a continuation low into the gap, clearing out Friday's low and eventually towards this low before going for the relatively equal high on the previous weekly high. Let me take this off and use a different marker. Okay, so this is it. So if I go down to the 4 hours itself, on the 4 hours, we're still yet to tag the daily fair value gap highlighted, and we still have this move. We can still expect price for the bullish fair value gap we invest. We can still expect price to from that level. Look at it this way. We use this level. Price is already respecting it, clearing it. We can use that level to for lower prices, taking this low, the low of Thursday and Friday, Friday and Thursday rather. And this is what I would want to see happening. If I should go to the 1 hour right now, on the 1 hour, this is what we have. We have an unmitigated fair value gap over here. I will be highlighting it here. Then we still have the low here. So this is my area I want to work with. No surprise. After targeting this low, so my target was this. So I want to see the 97.572 level being cleared before they move higher. That's just what I have for DXY. For an inverse of this, for me to switch, my bias is still not fixated on one particular side. I'm not one-sided right now. We could still get something on the daily, and we have a daily closure below the fair value gap here. Once we have that, my bias will be something like this. I will want to see lower prices to probably this low here and the low we created here, which is highly unlikely to happen, but still we react, we don't predict. So I'll keep updating the Discord on what I'm expecting and how I'm going to like navigate about it and all. But I'm certain there's no SMT at the lows already. So price is the most likely to dip first, create an SMT around the area. I mean, mark this out properly. Daily fair value gap. Around the area, we press a deep into the area, create an SMT, a 1 hour SMT. We have that, and we will just see continue price move higher. With that being said, let me move on to EU and GU. It's same thing. We still trade inside the weekly fair value gap. On GU, here's where it gets interesting. On GU, since we're expecting higher prices for DXY, we were expecting lower prices for currency pairs. So on GU, we already inversed the weekly fair value gap I was looking for higher prices from. And on EU, we've not done that. We're still trading into that. So I'll mark out the low of the fair value gap, which is this. The low. This is the fair value gap is currently trading into. This is the one we've inversed here. And my target will be this point for GU. 1.33428 level was my target. So I want to utilize the area, the weekly fair value gap. I'm expecting the next week candlestick to create, trade into this a little bit, then expand lower. On EU, my projection is quite the same. It's around the other block here. Let's clear this high. Yeah, so that's another block. And I'll utilize the other block for lower prices into my target will be this the low of the fair value gap. My target is low of the fair value gap. So we'll be highlighting the weekly fair value gap out. The weekly order block out. Then I'll be deleting this as well. So this is what I'm expecting to happen. Let's just go down to the daily and see what we have in place. On the daily, we don't have any fair value gap we could look at or anything. Yeah, we don't have as well. We just had an expansion lower. We don't have a level we can work with to see lower prices. The only level I can see right now is way above here for GU. And to be honest, I don't see price trading into this. I just say I don't see price coming as far as this for me to just switch lower. But if that should be the case, this is what we should be expecting from a daily perspective. And maybe a run on these highs, yeah, yeah, yeah. Back into the fair value gap we invest last week. Highlight that out again. So we could just get a run back into the weekly order block and the daily inverse fair value gap where it should be looking like this. We should get something like this. This wouldn't be bad for some sort of open high close. But I highly doubt we'll have that much volatility this week. But again, we'll see what the market likely presents itself and we'll work with that. Going down to the 4 hours, on the 4 hours time frame, we can see price created this relatively equal highs, which could easily be swept, which you could easily get a sweep. And just above that, we do have a fair value gap. Although the 4 hour fair value gap has already been claimed, but we can get a reclaim of that position for price to go lower. So with the 4 hours, aligning the 4 hours with the weekly OB, we do have a level we could trust and work with. We could just see price from here trade into this daily 4 hours fair value gap, then expand over. If we go down to the 4 hours on GU as well, we have an unmitigated fair value gap just above here, around the spot. So it's either we get the movement downward from here. Hold on, let me take something off my chart. Okay. It's either we get the move from on here or we could get the move here, depending on how fast the market wants to move. Still bearish until otherwise. My main bias is bearish for currency among currency pairs. And I'll be looking to see this PDR raise support price going lower. Let's go. If I don't usually go down to the 1 hour, the 1 hour I think it's just noise. On Friday we had a ton of literally tons of bullshit price action. We've just been what's this weeking up, down. Although if we could look properly, we do see this imbalance being filled and we've not get the run of the high. So again, supporting the motion of we want to see higher prices, clearing this previous day high. On Friday's high, this is Friday's high, a run on Friday's high for price to go low. So I'll be working with this range and I'll keep the Discord posted on what I'm expecting. For the 1 hour, let me go down to as low as the 1 hour. Understand? Honestly, I'm just looking at this other block, this propulsion block rather. Yeah, keep price from going lower, like another run higher. Though we might not just get that, we might just get some sort of SMT, EU clearing the high, GU failing to clear the high, and G is the weaker pair, G is the weaker pair, E is the stronger pair. Okay, let me just highlight that out. Just get we could have something like this. Um, E, then this one, something like this. Then straight up expansion towards the sell side liquidity, where we're taking profit off the table. So yeah, this is my own approach to the week. I know it's not much, but just what we have, and I'll be working what we have. This very last 2 weeks has been hectic, but let's see what the remaining week of February can do for us. On BTC, still price has just been locking around the same place. If you I deleted everything, you can see everything's still been just there. The two fair value gaps I highlighted are still not been tagged. We're just ranging. On Ethereum, it's the same thing. We're just ranging. So until we have something tangible on that, I won't be touching this pair. Meanwhile, on gold and silver, my bias currently is now bullish for gold. Although silver is still looking around the fair value gap. We just invest this fair value gap here, which yeah, and we did that as well for this. So my logical target for me right now on this is just see price go higher from here, targeting this candle high, then the final target on this high. Vice versa for this, we could see a run. I don't want to push my press my luck, but I think we'll be having something like this, that high being tagged. Then, if we are still going to be heavily bullish, I think this is I will be looking at how we invest this daily fair value. So until then, I have no. I'm one-sided already on silver and gold, on like a week before now, but still, I want to see more confirmations. As you can see, we are trading away from the internal range liquidity, and the next tag should be the external range liquidity, despite it being this long last week. On the weekly, not exactly the same thing, which is why I picked up the 92.20495 level as target. So this is a very brief video, and thank you for watching. Do well to check the Discord and keep yourself updated on what I will be doing for the week. Do have a nice week yourself and good trading, y'all. Thank you.